In this video, you'll see a lady being interviewed by a psychiatrist. She gives a history of depression with many biological features as well as psychotic symptoms, including delusions and auditory hallucinations.
Thank you for coming to see me. Your family doctor has asked you to come to talk about some of the problems that you've been having. I was wondering if you could describe what's been happening recently.
Well, I had a chest infection. I wasn't very well, and I was given some antibiotics, and then can't really explain what thing. I started hearing voices,
Right.
and the doctor said I should come and see you.
Okay. Could you just describe what the voices were like?
Well, it's just one voice, that was telling me that I shouldn't be looking after my granddaughter. It's telling me that I was rubbish, and that I was dangerous. I shouldn't be looking after her.
Yes. It's saying quite nasty things about you.
Yes, it did. It was horrible, really.
Did it say the nasty things directly to you, or was it talking about you?
Just to me. Just saying, just talking to me and saying, Julie, you're rubbish. You're rubbish. You're danger to that child. You shouldn't be looking after it. You've got enough on your plate. You think you can cope with it. Well, you can't. It was frightening, really.
Must have been very upsetting for you.
It's not happened before.
At any point, did the voice tell you to do things?
No, just told me horrible, criticising all the time.
Yes. And did you recognise the voice?
No.
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 Okay.
It was a woman, though.
Was the voice inside your head, or was it outside within the room?
It was inside.
Inside your head. Yes. Was it heard as if I was speaking to you now, or was it slightly different?
It was like as if it was on my shoulder, telling me, just there all the time, telling me. It wasn't sort of like you. It didn't have a nice voice like you have or anything. Just telling me.
Mm. And how did you explain to yourself hearing this voice? What did you think was happening?
Well, I didn't know. I don't know, really. I listened to it because I thought she was telling the truth.
Mm.
I didn't like it.
Okay. I do need to ask if you've been experiencing unusual phenomena in other sensations, like seeing things or unusual smells you can't account for.
No, I haven't had any of that. But I'm not sure. But I think there might be somebody who's following me.
Right.
Probably because, checking me out on the looking after the baby,
Mm. What makes you think that?
Well, when I'm going down the street, I sometimes look and I can see somebody looking at me, and it's as if they've got an interest.
Yes. Do you think they want to harm you in some way?
I don't know. I think they're probably coming to find out. It could be about just watching me, making sure that I'm looking after the baby right.
Who do you think these people are?
They could be from something to do with childcare, maybe. I don't know.
Right. Has this belief affected you significantly in any way? Have you started staying indoors or avoiding certain
I
places?
keep my mouth shut a lot of the time. I don't like to go out. Well, I've got to be careful. I've got to look as if I'm responsible. I've got to be there in case, well, what happens if my daughter wants to bring her in again, you know, to be looked after? I've got to be there. And I
Okay.
don't like it. I don't like the people thinking bad things about me.
And are you absolutely convinced that somebody is following you, or is it a suspicion?
I can't be absolutely sure. But I feel it.
Yes. Have any of your friends or family noticed that people may be following you?
No. No, they tell me I'm being silly, really.
Okay. Because of the unusual experiences you're describing to me, I need to ask a few specific questions, if that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel that you're in control of your own thoughts?
Most of the time when I don't hear that person.
Right. Do you think somebody else could be in control of your thoughts?
No.
Is anybody putting thoughts into your head?
No.
Have you ever felt that other people may be able to hear your thoughts?
No.
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 And at any point, do your thoughts just simply stop?
No, I don't think so.
No. And do you feel that you're in control of your own actions?
Well, sometimes I feel confused, but I don't think anybody's in control of me or anything.
Okay. The voices that you've described, you know, are saying distressing things to you. And I was wondering if you could describe how your mood is at the moment.
I'm not very happy, really.
No.
I don't feel dreadfully confident about what I'm doing, you know. And I don't really enjoy life at the moment.
No. Is there anything that you find enjoyment in?
No, not really.
No. How are your energy levels?
I'm bad, exhausted most of the time. I don't know, you know, well, I've had a chest infection, so I thought, you know, I'll probably run down, you know.
Yeah.
But I really am tired.
How long have you been feeling this way for?
Oof. Oh, quite a while, I think. Quite a while.
A number of weeks or a number of months?
Months.
Okay. How are you sleeping?
Not very well. I'm tired. I go to bed and I can't get to sleep because I'm thinking about things. And then I wake up about 4 o'clock. I look at the clock and it's about 4 o'clock every morning. Every morning, same time.
What is your normal waking time?
I like, well, usually it's 7, 8
Right.
o'clock.
Are you eating properly?
Oh, I'm not really interested. Not really interested in food. No, I'm not really.
What about your weight?
I'm losing weight. That's good, isn't it? Losing a bit of weight.
What about your concentration? Can you keep your mind on things?
No, I forget everything. You know, somebody tells me something on the phone. I put the phone down. I can't even remember who's been. And I keep on leaving things, and I can't find the nappies, and you know, it's been quite bad. Really.
Yeah. It must feel overwhelming.
I don't know. They might. You know, I've tried really hard to look after the bed and everything, and it's just a mess.
Can I
Sorry.
ask? It's okay. It's fine. I was going to ask, what do you feel the future holds for yourself?
Oh. God. I don't want to think. I don't like thinking about it, really.
Do you have any hope for the future?
It's just a mess. I'll just make a mess of it all.
Some people who have no hope for the future feel that they don't want to go on. Have you ever felt that way?
I have thought that I have thought about it, that I've thought, no, I don't want to die or anything like that. No, I just want a break from it all. You know, if I could just go to bed and if I could just sleep and it would just be black for 48 hours or something. It would be, I just want to get out of it all, just out of it. But I don't want to die.
No. Are you saying that you can't live and tolerate the life that you have at the moment, but that you don't actually want to die?
Yes.
I do need to ask specifically whether at any time you've actually had any thoughts about harming yourself,
No. Not really. No.
and any thoughts about actually taking your own life.
No.
Okay. Have you had any guilty thoughts or thoughts which have been preying on your mind?
Oh, yeah. But I can't cope looking after daughter's baby.
Okay.
That
It sounds as you really are quite desperate right now. Do you feel this way all of the time, or does it vary throughout the day?
I do. Things get worse. If I can cope for a bit, just then things get worse. Then I hear the voices.
Yeah. Okay. And is it the same from day to day?
Different. I can't really tell one day from the other. No, it just seems to be one long haul.
Okay. Well, you've described the way that some of these feelings are affecting you. I was wondering, how are you managing to cope from day to day? What impact is this having on your life?
Well, I don't think I am coping with. Well, my daughter saying that she doesn't want me to. She's worried about the baby now, looking after her. And I don't know what to do when the voice is there. I don't know. It's just a horrible voice.
Yes. Have you been having any problems looking after yourself from day to day? Simple washing and dressing and taking care of things?
Can't be bothered sometimes.
No.
Can't be bothered. But it's an effort, you know, it's an effort. Sometimes I just can't be bothered.
It seems futile to you, does it? Yeah. And I'm right in thinking that you're married?
Yes.
Okay. Has this had, it must have had an impact upon your relationship with your husband?
It has. I mean, he's a good man, but he's unemployed at the moment. He's got a bad back.
Right.
And he keeps on saying, come on, pet, pull yourself together. He's right, I should. And he looks after the bairn when I feel like I really, really tired. But I'm sure he's not pleased.
Yeah. Are you finding it difficult to be close to your husband?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
What about intimacy? What about sex drive?
Haven't got any.
Yeah.
Can't think about that sort of thing.
Okay. You mentioned that you've been feeling this way for a number of weeks or months. Can you think back to the time that you started feeling this way and actually describe what was happening at that time in your life?
Well, I think it was after I'd given up Meals on Wheels, because I do Meals on Wheels.
Right.
But I did do for a long time. I got settled up and and it was my daughter had just got this new job, and she needed the job because her and her husband had just got a new mortgage, and it was quite expensive. And so me and my husband said, look, you know, we can look after the baby, and if you go to work, then you can afford the new house. And it started, and it was fine. Oh, she's a lovely little baby. She's really nice. But then my husband's back problem flared up again, and I didn't think it was because he'd been sorted to be good. And he had to give up work again. And they said that he'd have to stop work now. You know, they couldn't keep him anymore. And so there was everything changed, you know, from. And although I love the baby very much, it all seemed a bit too much. And then I started feeling run down, and she needs so much attention, so much. I'd forgotten, you see, you know,
Yeah.
my kids are grown up.
Okay. Have you ever felt this way before in the past?
I did about 3 years ago. The doctor said it was when my husband first had the back trouble,
Yes.
and I was having some worries about my daughter at university, whether or not she was settling in or not. And he said it was depression. He put me on some tablets.
Right.
And in 3 months it's fine. It made me take them for longer, but I did feel a lot better.
Right. Good. Did you feel as low then as you do now?
I feel worse, but I did feel bad.
Yes. And were you hearing voices 3 years ago?
No.
No. So that's new. Yes. Has anybody in your family suffered from depression? Either brothers, sisters, or parents?
No, I don't think so. No, nobody's told me. No, I don't think so.
Nobody you know has been receiving treatment for that? And any of
No,
your own
just-
children?
No, only me.
Okay. And are you currently taking any medication?
No. Just antibiotics. I had some,
For your chest?
but I finished those.
Okay. It would be useful to put this in context if I can understand a little bit more about you, just about your background. Were you born locally?
Yes.
And were there any problems at the time of your birth?
I don't think so. No.
No. Okay. And in your early childhood, how would you describe that?
Oh, it was quite happy, really. But I do remember school was a bit... I used to cry a lot. I used to cry a lot when I didn't like going. My mum used to have to drag us. I was scared when she left us.
Okay. And what about leaving school at the other end?
That was a bit funny. I didn't like that much either. No, I didn't. Found it hard to adjust, really.
Right. What happened after school?
Got married, had children. Had them in quite early on.
Okay. Right. Well, thank you for talking to me today. Obviously, you are suffering from quite a low mood, and I do feel that you are depressed. So we do need to talk further in the future about how we can help you with that.
Right.
Okay. Thank you again.